Welcome to Cosmic Cassie Water Signs. This is going to be your monthly reading. Every Tuesday of the month, I post a elements or zodiacs sign for the collective reading. So first Tuesday is Earth, the second Tuesday is air, the third Tuesday is fire, and the fourth Tuesdays are water. So water signs, this reading is going to be good from now until the third Tuesday of the fourth Tuesday of February. So this is a reading good for 4 weeks. So what we're going to cover is any messages that come in, anything we need to know, whatever needs to be said. Okay? Let's go ahead and start off with Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Sorry guys, I have like hair in my mouth or something. I can feel it, but I can't get it. Anyways, what does Pisces need to know from now until the fourth week of February? What does Pisces need to know? Pisces, I am using the tarot deck that I'm using today is the Wild and Unknown, or Wild Unknown. This is the pocket size. What does Pisces need to know from now until the fourth week of February? What does Pisces need to know until now to the fourth week of February? Show me Pisces. And Pisces, by the way, if you feel like you need to clarify the reading or you want a personal reading, check out my website, cosmiccassie.com, and you can get personal readings there, as well as additional free information and content that I post throughout the entire week. On Fridays, I do a channeled message. Show me one more. What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know? There is a feeling, because I did feel like I needed to use this deck, and I feel like there's significance in that, because there's this sorry Pisces, I just don't want a ton of cards. I want like maybe one more. And they're like, fine. With it being the Wild Unknown, I do feel like water energy right now is going through an odd transformation. I feel like you guys are typically really good with emotional intelligence, obviously because you're water signs, but it feels like the next 4 weeks are going to be more encompassed with having emotions that are not unbalanced or like uncontrollable, but it feels like there's a different kind of like deep sea diving exploration within our emotional state, within our past emotions, our present emotions, our future emotions. It feels like we're really going to be not analyzing them, but like really exploring them in a different way. Pisces, for you specifically, I feel like that exploration leads to some kind of like positive emotional understanding about yourself and about others, because it literally shows me like someone swimming in the water and they're smiling at me. So it almost feels like there's going to be a positive experience with this deep sea diving, where some of you Pisces, I get a feeling, might have more of like a sarcastic or cynical way of looking at emotions and things like this, and that's because you're so in tune with emotions that you're experiencing or understanding them in a very clear way, but it's more in the negative way. And now it's going to be, I'm exploring and seeing the beauty of even negative emotions, is how this feels for you Pisces. With these cards, we have the Mother of Swords, clarified by Wheel of Fortune. We have the Nine of Wands, clarified by the World. Six of Wands, clarified by Two of Swords. And finally, we have the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Wands. Interestingly enough, you do have a lot of wand energy here, Pisces. Starting here, with this Queen of Swords and Wheel of Fortune, it does feel like there's going to be some kind of positive outcome if you speak very truthfully about something here. And I think that it has something to do with your emotional understanding and capacity, Pisces. So if you do experience emotions on more of that negative end, or have like a trend to understand emotions that are more negative, and so you became like kind of cynical with your emotions, I feel like a part of, with this Queen of Swords, a part of that is realizing that there's a balance to even being cynical, and there's a truth to being cynical, and there's a realization that we need to have that not all emotions are negative and they don't have to be experienced in a negative way. I don't know why I get like heavy Scorpio vibes with that a little bit, but it does feel, Pisces, like we really need to express something, but the way that you express it, when you do express it, you may want to go in charging with like full force, and you end up having this very gentle, loving approach instead. Instead of being very cutting, it's like, no, I'm actually getting into a place of emotional awareness on a very positive end, is how that feels. And I'm trying to explain this the best I can, but sometimes the messages aren't for me, they're for you, so I don't always have a full comprehension of what they're trying to say. I just hear what I'm supposed to say. So I hope you understand what I mean by that. With the Nine of Wands in the World here, this very much feels more, I hear like I've had a struggle with getting where I want to be. I've had a struggle with being happy. I've had a struggle with trying to create good, positive situations. I have a struggle with my relationships. I struggle with connections, and I struggle with my own like emotional states, you know, whether I'm depressed or on a really high. This card gives me a lot of energy of like where you're coming from, and I think where you've been is feeling really defeated, feeling really like, why is this not working out for me? Why can't I overcome this? Like, is this how it's always going to have to be for me? And Pisces, if you hear puppies in the background, it's because I am fostering 2 little puppies, and they hear me talking, so they're getting excited and want to run to me because they think I'm going to feed them some more food. So I apologize for the noise if you do hear that. This is very much an energy of like, why does it have to be this way? When I try so hard, I keep trying, I keep doing, I keep standing up, I don't stay down, and yet I feel like I'm always down. I'm always the underdog. I'm always missing something. I'm always just barely out of reach. That's how this feels, and that's how they're giving it to me, and they're specifically saying the word struggle. I struggle with this, I struggle with that. This is a lot of struggle energy here. And then with the Six of Wands, with the Two of Swords, then it's almost like we get into this moment of realization that sometimes it's not that you're struggling, it's more that you're not really seeing the situation for what it is. You're only seeing it for where you want to be, and that's creating the struggle. So it's like the challenge and difficulty is really just an illusion. But it's a very real illusion that you're actually experiencing. But I feel like what they're trying to let you know is that you can overcome this. There's actually nothing that needs to be overcome. You're in a beautiful space. You've overcome many things, and you don't have to keep trying to overcome more things. But it feels like the reason we keep getting in those situations where we feel like we're struggling is because we're so focused on what we want and the outcome that we're trying to achieve, that we're not realizing the beauty and the growth and the intelligence, the knowledge, the awareness, the clarity, the love, the appreciation, the gratitude. We're not recognizing these things that are coming in for us every single day that we're experiencing all the time, because we're only focused on the dissatisfaction of life rather than the satisfaction of life. So Pisces, it feels like there needs to be a reframing of what you're focusing on, a reframing of what you're working towards, because what this gives me is there's no need to even work towards anything. You have everything that you could possibly need or want. You just don't see it because you want the thing that you don't have rather than looking at the things that you already do have. I don't feel like there's a lack of gratitude here. It just feels like there's a lack of acknowledgement. Our focus is constantly on something we want rather than something we have. So that's making us feel like we're always in this state of struggling. And finally, ending it with this 8 of Wands and this 5 of Swords. This is very much an energy of, I feel like this is conquer energy. This is like overcoming the difficulty. This is overcoming the strife, overcoming the realization that, not everything is a lesson, and that I've learned the lessons I needed to learn. And now I just want to enjoy. Now I want to be in the present moment. I want to appreciate what I have. I want to indulge in what I have and enjoy what I have right here, right now. This is very much that feeling of like, I'm finally overcoming this constant chronic state of struggle and grief that I'm holding in my own reality. I'm letting that go so I can have better. I can be excited. I can accelerate in a different way that I've not experienced yet. So Pisces, I feel like the next 4 weeks are going to be very potent for you. Potent is definitely the word I want to use with that. I feel like your emotions, it's not that you're imbalanced, you're not overly emotional, you're not withdrawn, but it's like we're realizing a different way of seeing emotions that we previously felt were negative or brought us down or made us sad or kind of tormented us, is the way this feels. We're realizing the beauty in all of those situations that bring those emotions in. We're realizing the growth and the spontaneity that is available for us if we see those situations and experiences as positive. We're having a realization from these experiences rather than a struggle. So I hope this helped, Pisces, and I look forward to doing your reading again and seeing where we're at the end of this next 4 to 5 weeks until the 4th week of February. Again, if you want a personal reading, check out CosmicCassie.com, and I'd be more than happy to do that with you. Thanks so much, Pisces, and have a great one. Bye. Next, we are going to be going into Cancer. Cancer, this is going to be your next reading for the next 4 to 5 weeks. This is going to go on the 4th February, like I had mentioned in my intro, until the 4th February, or fourth week of February. Sorry, Cancer. Also, I do want to apologize if you hear any puppies in the background. I am fostering 2 puppies. When they hear me talking, they think it's time for me to play with them and feed them, and so they get excited and try to escape their playpen area. So if you hear them, I apologize in advance. But let's go ahead and jump into it, Cancer, and see what it is that you need to know in these next 4 to 5 weeks. Things that are coming in for you, things we need to be prepared for, or maybe the opposite, things we need to release. So let's find out, Cancer. Also, just so you do know, if you want a personal reading or need further clarification, I do recommend getting a personal reading. If you would like one with me, CosmicCassie.com is my website, and that is where you can purchase one of those readings, and I'd be more than happy to speak with you. What does Cancer need to know? Ooh, we got a few of them that kind of turned over here. Let's see. What does Cancer need to know in the next 4 weeks? What does Cancer need to know for the next 4 weeks? Cancer, if you want to check out the earth sign, the air sign, or the fire signs, I did those the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd week of January, and you will see those available if you are interested in them. I also encourage you to join me every Friday where I do a channeled message. I always try to keep my messages short, sweet, simple, to the point, but the channeled messages for me have really evolved in a way that I wasn't expecting, and so I encourage people to tune in, to listen, and just share with me in that moment. And now we're just going to pull some clarifiers here. I am seeing a lot of relationship cards already pop out. What I'm hearing is Cancer is in a dynamic situation. This is dynamic. It's very complex. It's unique. It's dynamic. So maybe this is a relationship that has a lot of twists and turns in it, a lot of unpredictability, but it's not in a negative way, but more in a encouraging, I can't wait till I see what happens next kind of way. Give me those last clarifiers for Cancer here. We will jump right into this. I like the energy that's coming out already, though. It's very positive, a lot of light energy here, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, okay? And we'll just go down the row with this, Cancer. I love this energy for you. I am going to say this is most likely going to resonate with you in your relationships. More than likely, it's an intimate romantic relationship. For at least like 82% of you, possibly like 70% of you are going through this situation right now, and the rest of you will be going into it, that like remaining 12. But I'd say 82% of you, this is definitely going to be some kind of relationship energy that we're looking at here. So let's go ahead and jump into it, Cancer. With the High Priestess and the Four of Wands, the Sun and the Two of Pentacles, the Mother of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles, and the Son of Cups and the Lovers. First off, I want to point out that we have a lot of Pentacle energy here, a lot of Pentacle influence, okay? Cancer, with the High Priestess and the Four of Wands, I do feel like this is you kind of already feeling like we might be walking into some kind of relationship, some kind of partnership. This definitely feels like we're aware that there might be a collaboration or an opportunity to work with someone, whether that's in a romantic sense or not. I feel like you Cancers know this is coming in, and I feel like this is something that Spirit has been preparing you for, that they've been getting you ready. I feel like you've been having a lot of probably epiphany moments and experiences recently that are awakening you and making you realize your own emotional needs, your own relationship views, your own blockages, if there are any. This feels like we're getting really prepared, and we know this, we feel this, that something's coming in for us, and it's about working with someone else, most likely in a romantic way. With the Sun clarifying the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like that one of the things that we struggle with when it comes to romantic relationships is how do we find that balance of me time versus them time. And I think some of you Cancers might overindulge in relationships. So once you get presented with one, or you have an opportunity to experience a relationship, we find ourselves really investing in that relationship and forgetting to invest in ourselves. And I feel like this is where we're really, and I know this is the Sun and the Two of Pentacles, but I do get a sense of fear. I feel like we're afraid in this sense that possibly if an opportunity like this does come in for us, is it going to work out? Am I going to be able to find that right balance with investing in someone and investing in myself, but not overdoing it, not overindulging in that relationship, making sure it's balanced and it stays healthy on both ends. And I feel like there's a little bit of a worry here of, am I going to be able to do that? But I think we're definitely trying to, and we're prepared to take on that challenge because we have the Sun there. So it lets me know that we know that's where our happiness lies, is creating that balance, creating that equal give and take, where we're not the one investing everything, whether it's emotionally, financially, physically, mentally, even spiritually. We know that if we find that balance, we learn to strike it well enough, we don't have to worry about or fear being in a relationship, because it's going to work out beautifully for us. With the Nine of Pentacles clarifying the Mother of Cups, this quite literally is a level up energy. This is someone who is single, who's working on their own finances, they're working on their own stability, possibly already having really good stability in finances, so not really needing to rely on anyone. This is a very independent Cancer, independent energy, learning how to do things on your own and be really good at that. But the level up is now we're going into the Mother of Pentacles. So instead of being in this single energy, we're now coming into this relationship energy, this energy where I'm a partner, I'm a piece of something. It's not just me by myself, it's me working on something and investing in something with someone else. I'm no longer having to do this on my own and by myself. That's what this energy here feels like. This is quite literally, Mother of Pentacles is quite literally the partnership card for the King of Pentacles. But it can also signify a woman. It doesn't have to have the King of Pentacles around, or, the Father of Pentacles around, because the Mother of Pentacles also signifies someone who has grown into their own maturity and security and confidence within a relationship, within being united, allowing that partnership to appear and to come in together rather than feeling the need to do it all by themselves. Finally, we have the Lovers, clarified by the Son of Cups. The Lovers clearly is a choice, but it feels like with the pairing of the Son of Cups, it feels very much, Cancer, like we're going to have the choice to be happy. We're going to have the choice to invest in something that's actually going to work out for us. That's really going to be a beautiful time in our lives where we aren't going to have to fear if it's going to last, if it's going to stay, if it's going to be solid. Is it going to have a good positive impact on my life? Am I going to enjoy myself? It's not a trap, Cancer. That's how this feels. It's not a trap, but at the end of the day, it is your choice. And it's your choice to succumb to the fear that you've already experienced negative relationships and now you don't want to move towards something that could be positive with the fear that it might turn out to be negative. Or it's a choice to overcome those fears, to know how much we've grown and to be very confident in our growth and our maturity and know that we've gone through the lessons required for us to walk into a new situation with someone, feeling ready for it and feeling like we can approach this in a very healthy way and that we can make and create a very healthy bond and connection with someone that we love. This is always a choice at the end of the day, Cancer. And I feel like that is the main message. And that's the main thing that's going to come in for you energetically in the next 4 to 5 weeks, is being challenged and faced with the choice to succumb to the fear or overcome the fear and live in love. Cancer, again, if you want clarity or you want a personal reading, please reach out to me at cosmiccassie.com and I would be happy to speak with you. Other than that, Cancer, I'll see you guys on the 4th week of February to have your next reading for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Have an amazing time until then. Bye. Next, we are moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, this is going to be your reading for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Oh, you're going to hear a loud bang. My puppies, I have 2 foster puppies. One of them got out and it's pulling the broom. So I expect the broom to fall any moment. Scorpio, this is your reading for the next 4 to 5 weeks. I give the water sign readings on the 4th week of the month. So they are good between those time frames. Scorpio, if you want a personal reading, check out cosmiccassie.com and you will find my information there to book a personal reading if you would like one after hearing this or just on a whim because you feel like it. Let's go ahead and jump into the energy that you're going to need to be aware of or it's going to be good for you to be aware of for the next 4 to 5 weeks. Okay? Show me, what does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to know in the next 4 to 5 weeks? What does Scorpio need to know in the next 4 to 5 weeks? Show me Scorpio. Scorpio, I want to show you guys the puppies because I keep hearing, show them the puppy, show them the puppy. They've gotten so big, but maybe you guys need like a little pick-me-up or something. This is the chubby one. I don't know if I'll get the other one, but if he comes over here, I'll show you guys. He's so cute. So I hope that enlightened you a little bit, made you kind of happy there. Raise your endorphins. What does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to know? Oh, now I got hair on the table. What does Scorpio need to know? Scorpio, oh, that's a little too many. Scorpio need to know. Sorry, taking a little longer, but we want to make sure we get the right messages for you here. I feel like these two need to go around. And then I'm just going to pull some really quick clarifiers for each of these, and then we'll go through these energies and what they mean. All right. Scorpio, the first thing that I do here after pulling these is tragedy, tragic. Okay, so we'll see what that means and why that's coming in. Maybe that's why I needed to show you guys a puppy, because you might be down and out right now and just need a little bit extra love and upliftment there. We're going to start with the Devil and the Ten of Swords. With this energy here, I feel very much like, so I'm actually not going to go through these one at a time because they're giving me like the full message. So if we need to go into these for details, we will do that. But the complete message that I'm getting is, Scorpio, I feel like this is relationship energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic or like intimate partnership. Sorry, they're playing together, but it's definitely relationship energy. This is what they just told me about the cards, is you left a situation, you left a person, like you broke off, you split up from this person, because I think, Scorpio, that you realized who this person really was, and it was something that you did not want to be around. I feel like this person really hurt you, and we finally started to see that this person's a manipulator, that they are very like incompassionate. They're not empathetic towards your emotions, towards your feelings. I feel like this person had a very strong personality, but I immediately get that like they used you, that they manipulated you, they played with your emotions, they were kind of cruel to you. Even if you were in a relationship with this person, there was no respect, there was no respecting of boundaries, there wasn't a lot of truth. I feel like there was a lot of omissions and white lies. They led you on, they made you believe things that were not true, that were not real. I feel like this person really manipulated you, and I think that you've seen this, Scorpio, and what I get is that you chose to leave, and it breaks your heart to leave this person and to separate from them, but it's almost like you overcame the broken heart, or at least accepted the broken heart, because you understood that this person's no good for you. I feel like this person did something really significant that really hurt you to your core, where you almost had to have this realization that I'm so hurt that even if I stayed with you, it would never be the same, because I don't know that I could overcome this kind of hurt, this kind of betrayal, this kind of pain. So Scorpio, I do feel like you guys are going through something difficult right now, and I do feel like it is about a relationship. And again, I didn't need the cards to tell me that, because my guides told me that's exactly what this storyline is without needing to jump into it piece by piece. Now, outcome-wise, I do hear that you guys are going to be kind of down and out for a while. But the beautiful thing is that you're learning to overcome the fear of losing people at the risk of losing yourself. So I don't feel like this is the first time it's happened. I feel like this is the first time that you made the choice to let go of someone, like truly release them and let go of them, no matter how much it hurt you, because you started to put yourself first. And I don't think that you acknowledge or quite maybe realize that that's what the intention was, is that you were putting yourself first. I feel like for you, you just feel like, well, this person did such a deep hurt and betrayal towards me that there's no way I could stay with them because I was so hurt. Because I do feel like you miss this person. I feel like you love them. I feel like you wish that things hadn't happened the way that they did. You want to stay in contact with them. I feel like a lot of you still want to reach back out to them, but it's almost like you know that I couldn't do that to myself. Like I couldn't do that to myself. Even if I love this person, even if I want to speak with them, there's no way I could betray myself by going back to someone who's done what they've done. And I feel like you're very aware of this emotion, and this is the only thing that's preventing you from kind of reaching back out and reconnecting to this person. So Scorpio, I am very sorry for those of you that this resonates with, because it's not a fun place to be, and I understand that, but there's a very beautiful lesson here. And I almost don't even want to use the word lesson. It's more, there's just a very beautiful energy that is being created within you. And I think that it's difficult for you to see that right now, but you will eventually come to see that this is the point of your life where you truly stood up for yourself instead of succumbing to love, succumbing to your heart. And it may seem like succumbing to your heart is standing up for yourself, but in this situation, the Scorpios that I'm talking about, I feel like the heart is the thing that you were a prisoner to. When your heart loved someone, when your heart wanted someone, it didn't matter how that person treated you and how they showed up and what they did for you or what they took from you. All that mattered is that, well, my heart wants this person, and so I'm going to go and be with that person. And it's like you're no longer allowing your heart to take the lead in a negative way, in a way that hurts you, in a way that creates more wounds, that makes you feel isolated, that creates pain and allows that pain from other people. For the first time, we're putting a boundary up inside of our heart, and we're saying and recognizing, although I love this person, although I want to be with this person, I recognize that they hurt me and they're not good for me, and that this person does not care for me in the same way that I care for them. So there needs to be a boundary. There needs to be a separation. Sorry, the puppies are like attacking my cat. And so, Scorpio, I feel like this is a very beautiful moment for you, but I think it's very challenging to see. And so I fully understand why the first word they gave me was tragic. And because I feel like right now the situation you're going through feels tragic. It feels so difficult, and it feels like it's hard to manage, and it's hard to overcome those feelings and not succumb to those feelings. But I totally believe that you can do it, and I know that you will. So again, Scorpio, this is a reading that is good for the next 4 to 5 weeks until the 4th week of February. So until then, I will see you guys, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your time until then as much as possible. Thanks, Scorpio. Bye.